Good morning, everybody. It is Saturday. What is it? March the 14th. 47 degrees here in Hampstead, Maryland. Clear skies. It's going to be a good day. Let's go out and pursue some happiness. We got 2 deliveries to make today. Only have one in the van right now. We've got to come back for the donuts. So we will come back, ride down, drop off at Lenny's, and then we're a little ahead of time, a little ahead of schedule today. So we're going to ride down, drop off Lenny's, come back to the bakery, pick up the donuts for What a Day, and then head over to What a Day. So they're going to be getting some fresh. Oh, they always get fresh donuts, but they're going to be getting super fresh. Super fresh. All right, here we go. It's a nice, quiet Saturday morning. Let's get going. I gotta find some new license-free music, you know? Either that, or you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna... Well, I don't know. Whoa! There was some sort of animal in the road there. I'm not sure what it was. It was... Did you see it? It was a brief second there. It was walking toward the median. And it was hairy. Did not look like a... It was hairy. It didn't look like a possum. Didn't really... Definitely not a raccoon or a skunk. I don't know what it was. Beaver? Maybe it was a beaver. Leave it to beaver. I don't know. I'll have to go back and analyze the film. It was quick though. Sometimes when you just have a really quick sighting like that, you really don't get detail. Oops, you know what? I didn't turn my text-to-speech here. I saw a pop-up thing. I can't read it. But I realized I didn't turn my... Oh, I might be able to see it here. Trucking question mark. No, I'm not in a truck. I'm in a delivery van. I deliver for a bakery. So I'm in Hampstead, Maryland, and I'm in a van with one of 2 deliveries I'm going to make today. So I just drive down from Hampstead. This place is in Owings Mills. It's a deli. So drop off some bakery products. Danishes. Cookies. What are they getting today? They're getting Danish cookies, eclairs, and a couple of rainbow cakes. I got my text-to-speech back on. think this morning I might have finally figured out the extra step that I may need to take to make the horizontal video start up correctly. It didn't. It didn't actually work 100% for me this morning, but I think I know what I need to do. There's like an extra step now. I think it's something new on the app, because I didn't have to do it in the past. But anyway. I feel like I might have made a breakthrough. Figured that out. Gas prices. Weird things are happening to gas prices this morning. This first station, that's up about 10 cents from yesterday. And this 7-Eleven is down 6 cents. So that's $3.43 today, and it's been $3.49 for about 4 or 5 days. It was $3.49 for maybe 4 days, and now it's down to $3.43. But the gas station 1,000 feet up the road went up. It was also $3.49, but it went up to like $3.59. So it's weird. I don't know what's going on between those two. Unless that second station just filled up their tanks with higher, more recently with higher priced. I don't know though. I think they hiked the prices up right away, regardless of what's in the tank. You know what I mean? Finished my book Hooked yesterday. It was okay. I wasn't like thrilled with it. It was good though. I mean, it was entertaining. That was about just like what? Whoa! What the heck? It was about like what the primarily, I mean, it could be any company advertising philosophy, but it was primarily a lot of it you're thinking about with the technology companies getting people hooked on their watching like YouTube or X or those kind of any of those applications where you just kind of end up doom scrolling, like what they do and how they sort of create their algorithms and the process to get people hooked on their products.
Kim C says good morning to you, Mr. Craig.
Good morning, Mookie. Happy Saturday. Up early on the weekend. We've got 2 deliveries today, but I only have Lenny's in the van right now. I've got to go back to the bakery to get the, they weren't quite done with the donuts for what a day. It's nicer out this morning than I thought it was going to be. I mean, yesterday was pretty cold, and it warmed up through the day. But I don't think it really cooled down overnight. It's 48 degrees now, so it feels good out. What's your weather like, Mookie? You're always like about, I don't know, maybe 12 to 24 hours ahead of us usually.
I did my very first DoorDash delivery yesterday. I made 12.34 and ended the dash immediately to go celebrate. I spent 14 on pizza and ice cream.
Well, that's good though. What did you deliver? So you turned the app on, you went out. How long did it take you before you got to, like were you sitting in the car for a while? And where did you go? Like, what was your first store ever? $12. You got to start somewhere. One delivery. I think John would be proud. He might question spending more than you made in that one day, but aside from that, I think he'd be proud.
Kim C says McDonald's. It took me at least 20 minutes to receive the order.
That's good though. 20 minutes. Yeah, 20 minutes would feel like a while. That's a pretty good tip for McDonald's, right? Was it far? How far? Oh, uh-oh. Now you have to tell us how far you went. Don't tell me like 50 miles. I did $12 for 50 miles. And then I went out and spent $14. Oh, I thought we were going to make that light. And you know, McDonald's is a good first
He
order.
says it was only 5 miles away.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Did you just drop it off at the front door, or was it a house, apartment? Like, sounds like it might have been pretty good first order. As long as you didn't get bitten by a dog or be like the 8th floor of an apartment building with no elevator. He's so okay. Now you're sure.
C says to answer your earlier question, we had some very strong winds Friday afternoon. Several trees blew down. Power was off at my place for about 3 hours.
Jeez. We did have wind. We had a windy day yesterday. That's right. We had really heavy thunderstorms, like not last night, maybe 2 nights ago. We had thunderstorms, and then the weather dropped. That was before the snow day, so that was like a couple of nights ago. But we had a little bit of wind yesterday. It was cold. But wow, you must have had it a lot worse than us. Miles, 6 minutes.
C says, and yes, I placed the McDonald's package by the door as requested and took a nice photo of it. I think Caleb R. will be happy with his McNuggets and Sprite.
I should try it. I should try to do that, just to have something else I've done. Put that on my bucket list. Like when you signed up, did they send you one of those bags? The temperature control bag. Or do you have to buy them? I think John said he got his for free. The moon is making an appearance.
I assume it will be a bag. I got my own pizza bag and had to take a photo of it to confirm that I am not a compulsive bag liar.
I was listening to a guy on a podcast yesterday.
He says when you said you wanted to try it, did you mean dash or have something delivered?
No, to dash. I have used it for deliveries. Actually, when I was working in an office, I started using it. You know, like to just have lunch delivered, stuff like that. And then I was using it at home a little bit. I haven't actually used it for a while. But yeah, no, I was thinking of actually trying to do a dash. Do a dash. I don't think I would be good at doing it a lot, just because.
He says this podcast.
Oh yeah, so the podcast. So the guy that it was a podcast. I don't know if you know who Scott Adams was. Scott Adams. I used to listen to Scott Adams. He had a podcast every day at 10 o'clock Eastern time. It was called Coffee with Scott Adams. And now, like the group that used to watch him is trying to keep it up, and they're doing a pretty good job. Now it's called Scott Adams School, the Scott Adams School, I think. But it's like 3 or 4 of them get together every day. They're on, and they try to kind of keep up the same type of structure to the podcast. It's about an hour long. But anyway, the guy that was on it, I listened to Thursdays and Fridays both yesterday. So it was either Thursdays or Fridays. podcast, but he was talking about how in the future people will be able to just, you won't have to go out to get anything. Like anything that you want, you'll just be able to create it in your house. And not like a 3D printer, because that was the first thought that came to my mind. Well, all right, we already have 3D printers, but you can't make anything you want for that with that. But he's talking about something else. He didn't get into it a whole lot. I mean, he was on the podcast for other reasons, but that conversation came up, and I thought that was pretty interesting. It was like a molecular thing or something. It was something. I gotta look into that more because I was very intrigued. But yeah, like anything you want, you'll just be home and you'll be like, okay, I don't know if it's going to work for food. That's what I think of it.
C says yes. I did not realize the coffee show was going on, but different.
Yeah, they do a pretty good job. It's the people that are running it are on Locals. I don't know anything about Locals. I think I tried to sign up for it one time, and there's like Rumble and Locals. They somehow merged, and when you set up an account with them, it's really weird. Like you have an account with Rumble, it gets you into Locals. These platforms are they're connected somehow, but it's kind of quirky the way it works. But the folks that are carrying on the podcast, they don't do it on the weekends. Like when Scott Adams was doing it, he did it every day, 7 days a week. The group that's continuing with his channel on YouTube, I watch it on YouTube. I don't go to Locals. But the ones that are keeping up with it are only doing it Monday through Friday. But it was very interesting. Like I don't know what he was thinking about. It sounded, and he made it sound like they're already working on whatever this technology is that would allow you to create anything in your house. Like I don't know how that would work. Like, or what, I'm very curious about like what the limitations are. Like, can you make food? You know, like why you wouldn't need to do. He made it sound like anything, but there have to be limits. Maybe it's like we're getting into that. You know, remember in Star Trek where you like beam yourself places?
Kim C says I will have to check in on this and see what it is all about.
Yeah, it sounded very interesting. He was talking about how they did these experiments with mice where they had a group of mice and they put them in like they put them in an environment where they had anything they needed, right? They had all the wanted, water. They were completely taken care of.
Team C says the transporter in the holodeck.
Yeah. But that was moving something from one place to another. This would actually be creating it. So I don't think it would be the exact same thing. But he talked a lot about this mouse experiment thing and how even though these mice had everything they needed, and you would think they'd all just be hanging out and having a good time, they started to fight, and you know, like I guess it was basically. Oh, I don't want to be that close to that van. Forgot I put all the stuff in the side, not in the back. So I need room. All right, hang on one second. We'll be right back. No, you don't have to hang on 1 second. You're coming in. There we go. catching me early.
So great.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm good. How are you? Feels nicer out than I thought. Sorry. No problem. Robin Blum. Whoa, it's loud. The loud rumble of the rack. I always think it's funny. They ordered one moose bomb.
He says this sounds like something from a submarine.
Look, I gotta show you. I just think this is funny. Hold on. I'll show you this one tray. So, there we go. I don't want to hit a button. Whoa. Windy out here. Look at this. See that little... This is what cracks me up. Like that's what we call a moose bomb.
He says moose bomb.
A moose bomb. But I just think it's funny when they order like one. Like I wonder if there's somebody that works there who's like, man, I want a moose bomb. This is... All right, here we go. Oh. All right. A little windy. A little windy this morning. Okay, here we go. I think I should have worn my that little fuzzy thing. The dead cat, as John calls it. Okay, ever since you brought up the wind, I think this is your fault. Have a good one. All right. All right. Back to the bakery. Our car is still there, by the way. The one with the flat tires. Maybe we should make a guess out of that. Like, will it be? Because
C says sounds like you are getting some of the wins we had earlier.
yeah, but we did have wind yesterday too. But this might be what you had yesterday. Maybe we should make something up about that car. I mean, the question will be, well, now that all the tires are flat, I wonder if all the tires are flat. Let's check it out. Here we go. Let's go to the other side. No. Tires on this side are fine. Got good tires on this side. Weird. It's very weird.
Stacat.cs2 says good morning Craig, at Mookinc.
Hey, good morning. Good morning, Sawyer. Welcome to the van. We've got 2 deliveries today, but I've got to go back to the bakery to get the second one. We just finished Lenny's. When I was ready to leave for Lenny's, they weren't quite done
C
with
says
the
I hate
donuts.
leaving my vehicle somewhere due to a mechanical issue.
Yeah. But that car's been there like that car's been there. I don't think it had the flat tires, but it's been there for weeks. Maybe even months. I think it used to.
He says good morning to you, at justacat.cs2. I hope you are doing well. Better at Mookinc. At Mookinc says which has been there long? The gloves, Christmas decorations or that.
I'm gonna say the Christmas decorations probably.
Stacat.cs2 says the car I think.
Well, I don't know if the car was there before Christmas though. Yeah, I think the car's been there a while, but I don't remember. I have to go back and look at some of my old. I'll have to replay. I'll look at a replay from like late December, see if it was there.
Stacat.cs2 says your Prius was there.
Yeah, that's right. There was a Prius there. But I think that one was there too. I think. we'll go up Reisterstown Road. We'll go up Reisterstown Road. Wow, that station's going up. It's kind of weird. We're right at the point now where like some of the stations are jumping up like 10, 20 cents.
He says, I remember visiting a record store on that road years and years ago.
On Reisterstown Road? A record store. I remember a pretty popular record store that was over on Liberty Road, which is, you know, one exit over. Forget what I missed that. Like you go in, they'd all be in alphabetical order. Well, first they'd be by
Team C says
genre.
yes. Off that road. I think I bought some Beatles albums there.
They had everything. It was a big store. I'm going to look up the name. I can't think of the name of the place at this moment. Slowly learning how to use my gimbal. I gotta admit, it's one of the weirdest pieces of technology I've purchased in a long time. But I think when I practice, I'm gonna go to a mall, one of these deserted malls that we have. Walk around and see if I can get used to using it. It looks like it's pretty simple. It feels like it's pretty simple. What is that truck doing? I don't have a record player anymore. Do you have a record player that'll play a vinyl record? I wish I did. They were pretty good. I still have some cassette tapes. When I was little, I made a cassette tape with the theme songs to a lot of TV shows that were on at the time. But this was back when if you were gonna record something, you'd have your cassette tape in the player, and then you had two buttons you had to push. It was like play and record. So you had to push two buttons to start recording. So I would sit there before when the TV show was going to come on. You only have one shot at this per week. You had to get it right, because if you messed up, you'd have to wait till the next week when that show came on. Young people today would not even relate to what I just said. They'd have no idea what I was talking about.
Team C says I have one of those adapters to put my cassette tape in my 8-track tape player. At JustACat.cs2 says congrats on your first dash at New Team C. The pizza and ice cream was well deserved.
I agree. I agree that it was worth the celebration. It was worth the celebration. I think I might have kept the celebration equal to or less than what I made. Call me crazy. But it was worth a celebration. That is a big deal. Were you nervous?
He says lol, thank you so much. At JustACat.cs2.
Like when you
JustACat.cs2 says lol.
When you went in to pick up the order, was it ready? Like, how did the whole thing go? Did it go pretty smoothly?
JustACat.cs2 says how was the person you picked up from?
Did you take your phone and just like put it up in the face? Like, so, like John says, that's the way some of the Dashers do it. I don't see you as a phone in the face guy.
JustACat.cs2 says LOL. Says it was a little nerve-wracking, but went smooth. The food was in a bag ready to go. However, I forgot where the McDonald's was and passed by it twice.
Like, does DoorDash have their own? When you're doing the GPS in DoorDash, is that linked up to like Google Maps, or is it its own application? Is it within its own application? Like when we're hearing that lady talk every now and then, is she the Google lady or is she a DoorDash
At
lady?
Kim C says John took a photo of his what and why.
John took a photo of what? I didn't hear the word.
Sticat.cs2 says LOL.
And did you leave it on the porch, but in a way so that they could still open the door? That's key. That's key right there. These are the things I've learned in my pretend door dashing days. I think they should make a video game. Or maybe one already exists where you're a door dasher. That would be kind of fun, right? They really should do that. Like a pretend DoorDash experience. You have to decide whether you're going to take the order or not.
It is a turn-by-turn direction and inside of the app, but I think it's based on Google Maps.
Oh, okay.
At Justicat.cs2 says I would play it, yeah.
I'd play it. And you could even have competition, you know? Where like there would be, you could play against other players to see who's going to make more money. And it could calculate like how far you're driving.
Team C says that would be a great way for John to unwind. Virtual door dashing.
Yeah. I mean, in a way, that's sort of like what we're all doing anyway when we're watching it. Oh, I think I'm going to have an opportunity to go down to Washington, D.C.
Team C says you may be in bronze level, John, but cheer up. Your virtual door dasher is platinum.
Yeah, you might, if you were a door dasher playing that game, I don't know, it could be. You could be almost like playing against yourself.
Sticat.cs2 says bronze plated. Team C says lol. Team C says what is in Washington, D.C.?
Yeah, so it's in a couple of weeks. Janet, who sometimes is on the stream. I actually submitted an application too, but I was not accepted. She went online and submitted an application to help out at the Easter egg hunt at the White House, and she got accepted. I didn't get accepted. I don't know why. I have no criminal background. I have no reason. I don't know why they didn't take me. But anyway, no, I'm sure there were thousands of people that tried. But she lucked out. She got accepted. So it's a Thursday. I think it's the first Thursday in April. I'm not sure what day that is. I think the first is a Tuesday, so maybe the 3rd. The 3rd of April, I think. She's got to go down there for some training. And so I think I'm going to drive her down there. It's not that far. I mean, Washington's only about 40 miles away. But, and then while she's training, I mean, obviously I'm not going to be able to get into the White House. But while she's training, I can hang out somewhere down in Washington. So I'm thinking, I have it. She just mentioned it to me yesterday. So I have to figure out the details. But if I go down there, you know, I'm taking my camera. Maybe visit a monument or two. I think she said the training is 2 hours. So that gives me a little time to walk around. I got to learn how to use my gimbal.
Sticat.cs2 says, wow, exciting for Janet.
I know, that would be pretty cool, right?
C says, look in a few alleys for the gloves.
Could be down there.
At justicat.cs2 says, lol.
Of course, I don't want to be making any suspicious moves if I'm walking around near the White House. I could try and climb the fence, get in. I know the whole event, I think the Easter egg hunt or roll, what do they call it? The Easter egg roll? Hunt? But I believe it's kind of like a first lady thing. Like I think she's the one in charge of it. Melania.
C says statements like, I could try to climb the fence and get in, is probably why you were not accepted. They are always listening.
Yeah, but I didn't say that until now. Maybe I said it. I don't know. It's true though. They are always listening. I'm just kidding. I wouldn't climb the fence. I haven't been to Washington for a long time.
Sticat.cs2 says lol.
You know, look at this. What is up with these people? There you go. Whatever. I did it. I shot him back. You know what I mean? Sometimes you just got to do it.
Kim C says where is the second delivery?
What a day. So we're gonna go once I pick up the donuts and get everything ready to roll, we'll head off to What a Day, which means we're gonna drive by the decorated house twice actually.
Kim C says look out for strange muffins.
Oh yeah, the string. You're right. Foreign muffins. They're illegal muffins. All right, here we go. Let me do a couple of things here. All right, let me think about this. If I turn, I don't leave the van running. So if I turn the van off, the music will be off. That'll still be connected. That's good. That's good. Okay, so that works. All right, so I'm gonna leave the live stream going. I'll leave my microphone on. I'm not gonna say anything inappropriate. I never do. All right, let's do it. Good morning.
And his wife was sitting there, like, supporting him. Yeah. also have not only What a Day, but can you swing by Bobby's house?
Yeah.
They have to. We have to deliver cupcakes. Friends of theirs are having them.
Oh, I saw them. Are they the monkey cupcakes?
Yeah, the monkey.
I saw the monkeys.
Oh, are they cute?
They were cute. They were adorable.
That's awesome. That's all we need.
All right. But my What a Day donuts are here.
The tickets on so from here down is all What a Day.
This is What a Day too?
Mm-hmm.
You put the glaze on the top. That's really weird.
Well, right at the end, I looked at the ticket and I was like, oh shit,
Oh,
I
yeah.
almost forgot the glaze.
Wow. So they are getting a lot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
What a day! All right, let's do this. That's right. 162 donuts, ladies and gentlemen. I feel like it's much more legitimate for me to talk to myself when I got a microphone on. All right, here we go. Today is 3/14. Two. God, what a day. What a day. Cafe. Where to goes. Bakery. So here we go, 162. Let me just check the numbers. 24, 36. I get some 162. St. Patrick's donuts. 162. Uh-oh, I hear the radio in the background. You guys hear that? I don't really care, but 22 mini Danish. 22 mini Danish. 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 22. 8 large Danish. Six cinnamon buns. Six cronuts. All right. Let's see, they're supposed to call the order in by 3 o'clock. Or we charge a service for a late call. Yesterday he called at 3:20. You know what? I'm giving him a break. We're not charging today. That's how I roll. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. boys. Ready to roll. Good morning. How are you? I'm good.
I'm sorry.
No problem. Okay,
You're set to go, my friend.
set to go. Where are the
Round 2. Oh, I'll get those.
okay. Round 2? Ah, thank you. Perfect. Thank you.
Yeah, of course.
All right. Boom, boom. Oh, I gotta show you guys these St. Patrick's Day donuts.
Sounds like it.
Sounds like what? What are you talking about? So in addition,
Cat.cs2 says, now I heard sipping coffee too.
you heard sipping. I didn't have coffee in there. I didn't. Earlier I did. In the van. I didn't take my coffee in there. All right, and I'm gonna go here. I got 2 of these to go. All right, let's put these 2 in the back.
He says, did you think Janet would mind me in a Justicat.cs2 tagging along during the White House trip? Ask her a bit later. Justicat.cs2 says, yes, please ask her.
Ask her if you can tag along during the trip. Do you want to get into the White House, or are you just going to ride along and hang out in Washington? All right, let's see. Maybe we can get you into the Lincoln bedroom. There they are.
They're adorable. So I gotta do this. That she wanted something to eat first. Let me just put this in another bag, but I'll put it on now.
Little monkeys.
I do like
I love monkeys.
I do love monkeys.
All right.
Just be careful that it's not too much weight on there. Because you had
That's
them
true.
on there.
Oh yeah.
Fall it.
Gotcha. All right.
you.
I'll
Yeah,
come.
if you
I'll
could
come
do
back
that.
for that. I'll come back for the bag.
3400 says, Craig, I am your biggest fan.
Who's my biggest fan? I heard that.
Cat.cs2 says, good morning.
Who's? All I heard was my biggest fan. Hold on, I gotta get them. I gotta show you my monkey donuts. My monkey donuts. That doesn't sound right. I said I should show. I was talking to my viewers, and I said I should show you my monkey donuts. But something sounds wrong about that.
What? Babies?
That's telling people I'm going to show them my monkey donuts. I don't know. I'm having weird ideas about that.
Hey, you never know what you're going to get here. You know? Some more copies. At least you can say monkey balls.
That's true. That would be worse.
Uh-huh.
Maybe that's why it sounds so bad.
Yeah.
Because your mind goes automatically to the appropriate monkey pastry.
Right.
All right.
3400 says, how goes the floor?
All right, here, I'm going to show you guys this real quick before we get going. I don't want to forget to show you the monkeys.
400 says, in Peru.
I can't talk about monkeys enough. All right, here we go. Let me get the monkeys. Wasn't that a George Michael song? Something about the monkey, do the monkey. You know what I'm talking about? I think it was George Michael. All right, so here they are. Look at the monkey.
Justicat.cs2 says, use gloves, Craig.
Well, they're in plastic. Are they light enough? There you go. There's my little monkeys. There's the moon. Look at that. Look at that. Another croissant. Croissant. Zoom action. I never know how far to zoom out. Let's go in a little bit more. There we go. There we go. Perfect. Okay. So, we're going to drop that off after we go to What a Day.
Justicat.cs2 says, on meters TV. Activionet says they look like cupcakes.
Yes, they are cupcakes. They are. They are. Those are cupcakes. I'm going to... All right, they were the cupcakes. I'll show you the St. Patrick's Day donuts when we get to What a Day. Oh, we should get started here. What did I do with the key? Remember the time Sean, did you all see the time Sean locked himself out of his car? Whoops. Whoa, whoa, whoa. If you didn't see it, you should go try to find that because it was pretty funny. All right, why isn't my phone connected? This was
3400 says, how many hours you're working today, Craig? Stickcat.cs2 says, yes, Marianne saved the day.
Whoops. I'll probably be there in the bakery after we get back until maybe noon or 1. Yesterday I was there till 2. It was a long day. All right, so why isn't this? Here we go, here we go, here we go. Let's get this started back up, and then we're good to go. All right. Okay, seatbelts on, lights are on. We're ready to go. Ready to go! Second journey. You didn't like my monkey?
Kim C says, what kind of place is 1A day? At Ruin 3400 says, Craig, what do you do for work?
Isn't that a monkey? So I don't really work anymore. I'm retired. So I drive the van, and then when I'm in there, I mostly just kind of hanging out and cleaning dishes and stuff. I just sort of hang out, do that kind of stuff. Dishpan hands. I don't know how to bake. I know how to bake at home for myself, but I'm not a baker or a cake designer. It's interesting the different roles that are in a bakery. You don't really know this until you're in the inner circle. But you have, there's the role of the person who makes all the icing, cake batter.
Pianette says,
filling.
what a day is a little cafe. They sell breakfast and lunch items along with all sorts of coffee drinks. At Wuan 3400 says, I am 12, you inspire me. At Mukim C says, those brakes sound awful. You may want to check them out.
That was my monkey. Alright, hope.
Kim C says, awful. At Gideonet says, I'll use this brief buffering to go and get coffee.
Alright, I think I'm back. I think I'm coming back.
Kim C says, multitasker. Kim C says, we're back.
Excellent. I have to restart the phone. Seems like this has been happening more. It happens to John on occasion too. There's something weird going on with the YouTube app. But at least we know how to fix it, so. Without, if it wasn't for John figuring out how to do this, you'd probably be stopping and starting new streams.
Cat.cs2 says, sure is dark.
Oh, it is dark. Oh, it's dark because I didn't turn the camera around. Hold on. You were looking at me. Or you could have been looking at me.
But says, who was that?
that was me. But it doesn't, the way it's mounted on the windshield, you don't really, you kind of just see the top of my head.
Cat.cs2 says, how is Craig driving in this darkness?
The camera was looking into the car, or the van. My little reminder I already took. That's funny.
Kim C says it looked like a short bald man with a mustache.
I'm not bald and I don't have a mustache. I don't know what video you were looking at. I think you accidentally went over to another channel.
Cat.cs2 says LOL.
Bald with a
Peanut
mustache.
says, haha.
It was not me. Oh, God. Here we go. The wind is picking up. It is windier now. Mookie sent it. Mookie sent the wind over. Jeez. Well, we're kind of going across the top of this open area too.
Team C says watch the replay. It's true.
Look at all these planes coming in. You probably can't see them. They're over on the right. There's like 3. I think they're all planes. All right, we're getting closer to the house. I think sometimes it breaks up in this little section. But we're almost there. We're almost there. I don't think he would have done anything yesterday. It was off. It was pretty cold and windy yesterday. Let's see what we got. Yeah. Still see candy canes. We still have. It is getting to be.
He says the Dutchans may have blown away.
He's still got a lot of stuff on the edges. Maybe it'll be lighter when we come back. But yeah, it's still there. He's more than 50% down though. More than 50%. So he's making some pretty good progress.
Team C says if he takes 3 or 4 items down a day, no one will win this contest.
I think like maybe even today, when the weather's a little bit warmer and it's not raining, I think he's gonna be down in the next within I don't want to say a few days, maybe within a week or 2. I don't know. Maybe faster.
At justacat.cs2 says I now think Sunday.
You think Sunday might be the last day? So do you think that when we come by on
Team
Sunday
C
they'll
says
be gone?
You will keep all the prize money for yourself. I see what is going on here. I forget what the latest date. What's the latest date? Justacat.cs2 says shame. Craig.
Do we have any guesses that go into May? I don't remember the last date on the guessing game.
Justacat.cs2 says, did anyone guess Sunday?
I'm not sure. I'd have to look at that list I put together the other day. Today's the 14th, so Sunday is the 15th. There were some dates around that period of time.
Justacat.cs2 says, can we re-guess now? Hee hee.
Guess.
Team C says, I guessed March 19th, but I am going to change it to March 19th of 2029. Activionet says, I think I guessed the 19th.
The 19th would be the middle of next week, right? Like Tuesday or Wednesday or something? 15, 16, 17. Is that Thursday of next week?
Justacat.cs2 says, I thought I guessed the 19th. Activionet says, did we all guess the 19th?
I don't.
Haha.
No, I don't think there were people with the same date. I don't think.
Team C says, we are all winners. Activionet says, I honestly don't remember. At Justacat.cs2 says, lol. Justacat.cs2 says, same.
What day is Easter? Is Easter the second Sunday in April?
Justacat.cs2 says April 5th.
Oh. Oh, okay.
Justacat.cs2 says, oh, I think I guessed April 1st. At Justacat.cs2 says, I'm not sure. Team C says, I think that's on a Sunday.
So, yeah, this year it is. It's on a Sunday this year. And it also, Good Friday is going to be on a Friday this year too. So the Washington Day that I was talking about, Janet, I was explaining that I might be going to Washington. So I think we should just confirm it. I'm going to do the Washington thing. And then I think you said the training was like 2 hours. Is that right? Was it 2 hours or 4 hours? And it starts at 2. Are they going to feed you? Like, do you get refreshments? Oh man, think of all the stuff.
That says yes, 2 hours.
2 hours. Okay. All right. So let's say, so we're going to do that.
Ianette says from 2 to 4 p.m.
All right. 2 to 4.
At Mooking C says 2 hours of learning how to roll an egg with a spoon.
It's not easy, Mookie. It's not easy.
Sticat.cs2 says really.
All right, so I'm going to try to figure out what I can do on April the 3rd. We're going to have it.
Ianette says at Mookie. Ha ha ha.
Just think of the stuff you might be able to like pick up while you're in the White House. You know what I mean? Like little tchotchkes. Maybe a napkin, paper cup.
King C says this sounds very exciting. At Gigianet.
It does. I wonder if you'll get on TV. You got to try to hang out with the big rabbit. They always seem to, the news people.
Ianette says it's on April 2nd.
April 2nd? 3rd. Okay. April 2nd. I thought the 1st was a Tuesday, but maybe I'm off by. Oh no, the 1st is the 31st of this month. Okay, yeah. I was off a day. So it's the 2nd, April the 2nd. I'm not sure. I've got to figure out what I'll plan to do.
Paula6448 says good morning everyone. At Mooking C says I hope it does not rain.
Yeah, let's hope not. But even if it rains,
Ianette says I will try my best to get on TV.
you got to hang out with the bunny.
At Mooking C says good morning. At Hala 6448.
Welcome to the van, Hala.
Sticat.cs2 says I'm excited.
Yeah, because even if it rains, maybe I'll. That's a good idea, though. What I'll do is I'll make a separate plan.
6448 says you're going to Washington for egg rolls.
Yeah. That's what I could do. I could go get some egg rolls.
Sticat.cs2 says
somewhere.
HII good morning at Hala 6448.
But I could visit. Maybe I could go into a museum.
6448 says good morning Mookie. At Gigianet says yes I was selected as a volunteer for the egg roll.
The news channels usually focus on the bunny and the president. So if you can get near either one of those two, you're good to go. Or Melania.
6448 says hello just a cat.
Or Baron. Maybe you'll be the bunny. Hey, if they offer you the position of the bunny, are you going to do it? I wonder if that's...
Ianette says maybe I will be asked to be the bunny.
Oh man, if you're the bunny. That would be cool.
Sticat.cs2 says yes. That'd be cool.
All right, so I'm going to have a good weather plan and a bad weather plan. The good weather
6448
weather
says
plan.
Oh, congratulations Gideon at the Easter egg roll.
The
At
good,
Mooking C says volunteer to help the Secret Service guard the fence. Craig is a jumper, and you know what he looks like.
I'm definitely not taking my axe. Just in case anybody wants to know. But I'm going to plan good weather, bad weather. Good weather will be like outdoor monuments, walking around. And bad weather, I don't know if you can take...
Ianette says thanks at Holla.
I wonder if you can take a video inside of like the Smithsonian or museums like that.
6448 says I think I remember some of the Easter bunnies wearing suspenders.
Really? You know what, Janet? Maybe I could still get in. What if I dress up like the Easter bunny? I wonder if I could get in with you. And I'll rig up a contraption inside the big bunny head. That'll be the camera.
Says, yes, suspenders and a vest.
A thing to hold the camera inside the bunny head, so that you're like looking out.
He says what could go wrong. At justicat.cs2 says yes, same at Holla 6448.
So that's the Thursday. Wow. So you learn how to do it on Thursday, Friday. What day do they do it? On Sunday? Is that the actual event? Is it on Easter Day? Or what day do they do it?
Justicat.cs2 says Craig will have bail monies from the Christmas game. Cat.cs2 says winnings.
The winnings.
Plus 6448 says, will you be taking the van and passing out van-shaped cookies?
Well, we won't be taking them now.
Vivianette says Monday the 6th.
Oh.
Mooking C says lol at justicat.cs2.
Oh wow. So they don't do the Easter egg roll until Monday. That's right. I think I remember reading.
Cat.cs2 says lol.
I do remember that now. What's the total? Do you know the total number of volunteers? Like, are you one of? I don't know how many they said. I think it's not that many.
It says not sure on number of volunteers.
I would think it's a relatively small group.
Plus Hala6448 says maybe you should do a live stream and do interviews of the children contestants and we could place small wagers on who will win. I don't see a problem with that.
Like, I'll have to stand outside the gate.
Donald, and make sure.
Alright, let's see if they come out and get me. In the meantime, let me just check the street name.
Hala6448 says the wall.
The wall. They cleaned it up. Okay, Salem. Okay. Alright, I got that. Oh, there they are. Got me. Good morning. Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you.
There you are. That's all right.
Good morning.
Good morning. All right. All right, let's move this stuff around a little bit. Wow, we got a little wind going on out here. It wants to take my... All right. Let's just see. This is one of those days where I could lose the plastic cover. The gust of wind. If you see a plastic cover flying over the front of the van, you'll know what happened.
At Hala6448 says it's cool here. I don't want to put the heater on.
Yeah, I said I was going to show you this too, didn't I? All right, let's do it. I'm going to take the chance. I was going to show you these donuts real quick. Hold on. Hold on. Here we go. Oh. Freedom! All right, so here are our St. Patrick's Day donuts. That's kind of dark because they're the chocolate ones. There's the white ones. Yeah, the wind is kicking up. The wind is kicking up. Now I've got the wind blowing and I've got the camera. Hold on.
Stickcat.cs2 says cute. At Hala6448 says very festive. At Justicat says beware of flying sprinkles.
All right, we got to get this in before the wind comes back. Get two more back here. Oh, good, that'll work. This thing really is going to blow off. Oh, you know what I could do? No. We're going to make it. We're going to make it. All right, here we go. See this, watch what happens. See what's happening? It looks normal, right? This thing blows. In more ways than one. All right, here we go. That didn't sound right. All right, guys, thank you. It's a little windy out there. All right, we got that. That's good. All right, man. Have a good day. There. Let me. All right, I'm going to come right back. I'm leaving you in here for right now. Sit right there. Be good.
Cat.cs2 says have to strategically place you heater fans. Team C says are you on the ground floor, at Hollis 6448. Hollis 6448 says exactly just a cat.
All right. 7 o'clock, we're good. We're good on time. So now we got to drop off the monkeys.
Hollis 6448 says no, almost the top.
Nobody's back there. Nobody's coming. Nobody's coming.
Cat.cs2 says I don't mind my cold house, I breath easier. At justacat.cs2 says monkey drop.
Monkey drop. Look, the high sign is still blinking. That's another contest we could have. When is the high sign going to stop, or the roof light going to stop blinking? They're not too quick to fix things, by the way. High. Remember their gas station light. The price on the gas station sign was out for a long time, like more than a week. All right, here we go. At least we'll get a little daylight today. I mean, not bright sun, but at least it'll be brighter than most mornings.
Team C says, has gas prices stabilized?
Well, I was getting ready to say that this morning because they seem like most places are still around $3.49. Like that's been the average for about 4 days, maybe 4 or 5 days. But a couple of spots I went past today, like one station was still saying $3.49, but less than half a mile up the road, it was like $3.59. I saw one as high as $3.79. So I don't know if we're catching it like before some of the stations raised their prices, or I don't know why some would be so much. But there were more stations still showing $3.49 than there were anything higher than that. So I haven't really watched the price of oil, like the price they tell you per barrel or whatever. But I think I did hear somebody say that if the price per barrel stays up like in the 90s to $100, somewhere in the $90 to $100 range, then we will see gas prices go, up to $4. I don't remember how high they got. A few years ago, they got really high for a while. And the other thing people aren't really talking about is the downstream, the effect on all the other prices. Like that's what kind of kills prices at the grocery store and everything if it stays up too long. But hopefully it's a short-term thing.
Team C says, I may have picked the wrong time to DoorDash. I may resort to walking the deliveries.
Yeah, that's true.
Paula6448 says I think it is in the high 90s to just over $100 now.
Yeah. Yeah, that might be why they were saying it. So they were saying that if it stays there for any length of time, that it's gonna go up. All right, let me turn my camera around. I'm going to somebody's house. There's that bald guy again. I see. I'm not bald. Oh. I have to sit up high so you can see my. I would tilt the camera, but I gotta unscrew the little adjustment behind it. And since we're not gonna be, this isn't gonna take very long. This is as close as I get to DoorDash. Oh, wait. I always. Here we go. It's a good sunrise. See how bright it is on my face? Alright, here we go. This is an easy driveway to miss.
Paula6448 says you're doing DoorDash, Mookie.
Yeah, Mookie did his first delivery yesterday. Little McDonald's action. I wonder if they're up. It's 7 o'clock. They're probably up. All right, I'll be right back. Stay there. We're gonna have to get gas today too.
Says I did my first one Friday.
If they're awake. I don't see any movement. So I'm gonna leave it on here. Leave it on the table. I think that'll stay there. All right. Let me send her a text. I'm gonna send a text. I dropped off.
At Mookie C says an extended shave.
Is Mookie shaving? Dropped off.
Sticat.cs2 says looks good.
The monkeys. They're on the table. cool.
6448 says went home and ordered McDonald's to be delivered to your house.
All right, here we go. Here we go. Look at what that is up there on the hill. Oh yeah, I forgot you guys are looking at me. Here, look. I'm looking out the window. Look at that. I don't know what is. There's something on this hill. Can you see that? Like those little. I don't know what they are. What do you guys think that is? I'm gonna have to ask when I get back to the bakery what that is. Because I have no idea. All right, here we go.
Cat.cs2 says, are those fencing?
I
At
don't
Mooking C says
know.
thank you. At Hollis 6448. No, but I got pizza and ice cream which cost me 14 after earning 12.34 on the dash. I may be doing it wrong. At Justicat.cs2 says lol.
Well, I think you did the dash. I think you did great on the dash. I think it was your celebration that may have been slightly overdone. But you know what? You were excited, and I think it's okay. I think it's okay. Yeah, I'm gonna stop and get gas on the way back over. I think it'd be better to do it today.
6448 says these deliveries are getting more and more shady. Meetups in dark parking lots, drop-offs and pulling away with screeching tires.
We were. Hey, at least there were no gunshots in the background as I pulled away. Yeah, look, I think I need to just...
Cat.cs2 says lol.
Pull this in. There we go, perfect. I like to see a little bit of the hood, that way. For perspective.
says ha.
Now, I mean, I understand it looks sort of like fencing, but I think there are rows and rows of that. Whatever that was, like, I don't know what it is. It almost looks like if they were planting trees in rows like that, like if you were reforesting some area, and if you were planting the trees, and then you know they'll put them in little kind of tubes to keep them upright for a while when they're young. I don't know. I'm going to ask. I'll find out. Whoa.
6448 says not really Mookie, you had a good time for under $2. Sounds like a win.
Oh, that's a good way to look at it. I like it. I like that.
Stacat.cs2 says that's right.
I can relate to that though. You know, when I was
Team C says agreed. Thanks for the pep talk. At justacat.cs2 says lemonade sherbet sky. 6448 says who are you going to ask?
who was going to ask something? Was I going to ask something? All right, here we go. So we're headed back to the bakery, but I am going to stop and get gas. Let's see what the price of the BJ's gas is. The last time I got gas there, which was Tuesday, I think. The gas was $2.99. Their posted price was $2.99, but with the membership price was like $2.69. Maybe $2.79. We'll see if their price has gone over $3 today. I think it probably has. That would be my guess. So Mookie, are you going to go out again today? Are you going to dash today? Today, by the way, OG Sean White.
Team C says I'm going to say 3.15.
3.15? Okay. That's your guess for BJ's. That's probably a good guess. But today, OG Sean is going to, I think starting at 9 o'clock, he's going to He's going to
At
DoorDash
Lucy says
for
yes,
8 hours.
I plan to dash this afternoon.
OG White's going to DoorDash for 8 hours today, and he is going to accept every order. Like, he's not going to decline any orders, which should be pretty interesting. It'll be great for his acceptance rating.
Plus 6448 says Costco by me is 3.25.
3.25. That's a good price. And then, so if you have a Costco membership, do you get a discount off of that price? Or is that the price with the discount?
Plus 6448 says will he be taking orders for random things from the chat?
Will he be taking orders for random things? I don't think so. I think it has to come in through the DoorDash app. Yeah, I think it's specifically for DoorDash orders. I probably won't be home until about 12:30, 1 o'clock, somewhere in that.
Plus 6448 says I think you must be a member to purchase fuel there.
See, I don't know how it works at I mean, I am a member at BJ's. So, you know, like I swipe my card when I buy the gas. But the price that I pay after you swipe your card is discounted from the price that they post. So I feel like maybe you can buy gas even if you don't have a membership at BJ's. But if you do, you're going to pay the higher price, which is still lower. Even their posted price is lower than most gas stations. But I think anybody can buy it at BJ's, I think. We're gonna see yellow, maybe? No? Wow. Oh, you know, this morning I saw an animal walking on the side of the road, and I couldn't figure out what kind of animal it
Plus
was.
6448 says I think the last time I bought gas it was 2.75.
So it's been a couple of weeks since you bought gas. I'm gonna guess. It's been a week and a half to 2 weeks since you bought gas. We were down to like below 250. But I think the animal I probably saw this morning was a groundhog, now that I'm thinking about it. It was walking along the road in the median, sort of on the median. It's an old car. Five Guys over there. It used to be a Pizza Hut. They still have the red roof.
Cat.cs2 says I just got sick hoo. At Mookin C says
Aw.
are you, generally, the only one who refuels the van?
I think I do most of the refueling these days. Yeah, because ever since we figured out that I can get the lowest price by going to BJ's. I mean, Bob will buy it if it's getting too low, but I try to keep it above a quarter, just in case. I'm always thinking, like, just in case they need it to make it delivered to a wedding or something.
Well, just a cat.
It's just a cat's been 347. That's higher than I expected. 347. Wow. Yeah, I think Just a Cat's been up. Remember, I'm gonna drop, but I'll be back. I'm gonna drop, but I'll be back. He's going to go where I want to go now. Yes. All right, pull through. He did. All right. All right, this is my reconnection zone. Did we come back? Are we back? Let's confirm before we travel on. There we are.
Justicat.cs2 says not so good. It will pass in a couple of days. At Hala6448 says sorry to hear that, Justicat. I hope you feel better soon. At Justicat.cs2 says thank you so much. I will. At MukimC says it better pass. At Justicat.cs2 you need to be in tip-top condition to help control Craig. We don't want him to break out into song or have an accident with his suspenders.
That's right.
At Justicat.cs2 says yeah, at MukimC low AM login.
Wow, so I put $39 worth of fuel in the car. Pretty crazy. That's like $10. That's $10 or $12 more than I usually spend. Oh yeah, we're gonna get the sun in our face. Whew. That's bright.
Q7L says been 1010 listening in. Just wanted to say hi, Dad, lol.
Hey, Mountain Man. Did you just call me Dad? Good morning.
C says was that a big junkyard on the left?
It was. There was a big junkyard on the left.
C says hello, at Mountainman-Q7L. Mountainman-Q7L says what was it, a Ford dealership?
No, it was
6448 says good morning Mountain Man.
It was a real, honest to goodness junkyard.
Plus 6448 says what time will you start dashing Nuki? Q7L says good Nuki Hala and everyone else. Cat.cs2 says good morning at Mountainman-Q7L.
right, we're getting close. We know that the decorations are still up, but you couldn't really see them too well earlier. Now we got plenty of sun. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Yeah, so we still got a lot. We got that whole corner there. Oops, I got a truck coming up on us. Gotta go, gotta go. So we still have a pretty good amount there. I thought it sounded, I didn't hear Mookie answer the question about when he was going to dash.
She says probably around 3 p.m. until 7 p.m. at Hollis
Oh, there you
6448.
go.
I am off work on Fridays and Saturdays.
See?
I want to try to do it from 11 a.m. until 3 p.m. the other days before I go to work at 5 p.m.
That's good. So you get the lunch. You get the lunch crowd every day. I wonder if after a while, do you end up kind of delivering to the same people periodically? I would think you would. It's 7:43.
Hollis 6448 says good deal Mookie, good luck. Team C says in smaller markets, I think you get repeat customers more often.
Yeah.
Team C says thank you, at Hollis 6448.
Oh, that looks like a little bit of a problem. See that truck over there? The wheel came off. Yikes. Wow. Better put your sunglasses on.
Teamman-Q7L says how good morning just a cat. You are the cat's meow. Hollis 6448 says off on Friday and Saturday working the swing shift was the best. I remember from my 4 p.m. to midnight days.
Four p.m. to midnight. So when you work 4 p.m. to midnight, when were you normally sleeping? Like, did you try to sleep as soon as you got home? So that it was still mostly night? We got this.
Hala6448 says no. I would mostly go out after work.
Yeah, I guess it would be hard to like wind down that quickly.
Hala6448 says and sleep until around noonish.
Cows are up. Oh, see that bird? Look like a pigeon. A pigeon. I think they call. All right, here we go. Tunnel of Doom. Are we gonna make it? Are we gonna make it?
Cat.cs says meow. C says this is the best I have seen going through the Tunnel of Doom.
Really? We didn't drop? That's good. All right, let's try this. All right, we survived. Today was a long ride. 2 deliveries, a one-off drop, the monkey drop. We did the monkey drop today.
King C says thanks for the ride, Craig. Have a good Saturday, everyone.
Yes,
At
that was fun.
Hala6448 says take care, everyone.
All right, everybody. Thanks for riding along. I appreciate it. It was fun. And we'll be back tomorrow, Sunday. So I will be on at 6 o'clock tomorrow. And we should only have 1 delivery. So tomorrow's kind of a quicker day. But anyway, enjoy your Saturday. Mookie, have a good dash. And yeah, if you guys have a chance, I think it would be interesting to see OG Sean. I just want to see what he does when he gets like a really crappy order, because he's got to accept all of his orders today. So I think that could be kind of funny. But otherwise, I will see you all tomorrow morning. Enjoy your weekend. Enjoy your day off. Those of you that are off today. And I'll see you later. Bye.